Hello, everybody. Thanks once again for tuning in to The Hang. And if this is your first time listening or watching The Hang, thanks for stopping by. Last time I wrote down some notes for myself, and it kind of ended up sounding very scripted. What I said. So yeah, shit like this is gonna happen. I'm gonna stumble. I'm gonna lose my train of thought, but it's more natural, and that's how I want this to sound, anyways. If you have any feedback or suggestions, you can always message me at the hang underscore podcast on Instagram, or put it in the comments on YouTube. Or there's also a Facebook page, um, the hang. So yeah, if you have any suggestions, any feedback, I'm always welcome to hear it. It's funny because somebody last week actually told me that I kind of sounded like Bob Ross, and to me, that's a compliment. I mean, if you don't know who Bob Ross is, he's the guy that if you didn't grow up with cable like myself, you probably watched a lot of TBS. He was the guy that did all the painting, those painting shows. Chilling with Bob Ross. I don't. I think that's the name, something like that. But yeah, he's the guy that always, encouraged you to get creative and made sure to tell you that you were a great individual, and anything you draw is wonderful because there is no right or wrong way to draw or paint or whatever. I've never in my life been a good painter or drawer. As a matter of fact, the logo for this podcast was drawn by a 10-year-old. So that goes to show you how good I am. That a 10-year-old is better than me. Not to take away his skills, because he's a pretty good drawer for a 10-year-old. But I'm just a very bad drawer for any age. So yeah, thank you very much for listening to that. Um, Jesus, that's fucking terrible. All right, that's just me getting mad at myself for losing my train of thought. Maybe I should have written some notes down. I don't want to make this too long, so I'm just gonna give a couple shout outs once again. Shout outs to Hook Kickboxing. Hook Kickboxing is located in Queens, two locations: Atlas Park Mall in Glendale, and in Fresh Meadows off Union Turnpike and 185th. You go to I'mSoHook.com to check out the class schedules and sign up for a free trial class, to see if you're down to do what they do there. You're not just boxing. It's not just kickboxing. It's also a lot of high intensity interval training, which has proven to be the best fat burner. So, it's already March. If you're trying to get that summer body, it's not that far from now. So, get to moving, and yeah, go check them out. Another shout out I want to give is the Crafts by Lissa. I kind of slacked last week because I completely forgot to tell you that she's doing a giveaway. Um, the lucky winner, which was not me, got any item they want to customize for free. So go follow her page at crafts underscore by Lissa on Instagram, YSSA, because that was not her first giveaway, by the way, and I'm pretty sure it won't be the last one. So whatever you want to get customized, you know, clothing, party accessories, personal items, just about anything you could think of. Crafts by Lissa does it. You could also go to the Etsy page that's on her Instagram bio, or whatever that thing is called at the top, to check out more of her stuff. Another shout out is to Minds Together. This is a clinic, I guess is the name, where people go if they have concerns, or just, honestly, not everybody that goes uh, to a place where they get their mental health checked out. It's not necessarily because they have problems. I like to think of it, or compare it to physical health as well. Just because somebody is in good physical shape doesn't mean they stop trying to improve their own physical health. Same thing with their mental health. LeBron James, just because he's LeBron, doesn't stop going to the gym. He's always trying to maintain his physical peakness, And I think it's the same thing with mental health. If you think you're a good place with mental health, why not exercise your mind with licensed professionals? So if you want to check them out, go to mindstogether.com, and hit them up, see what they offer. They have a lot of different professionals, licensed professionals that cater to your specific needs. So yeah, check them out. Forest Hills in Austin, between Austin and Queens Boulevard. Um, so yeah, now let's get to my guest. My first guest is not my first guest. That was last week. Sorry. My next guest is it's a musician, Franky. He is actually a very good guitar player. I believe he plays a couple more instruments. But for being a young musician, he's done plenty already. He's gotten into production, songwriting, engineering. So he's not just he just doesn't play guitar. He does a lot. He's very talented. I don't want to give it all away. How about you just listen in and see what he's like? By the way, what the song I'm about to play you is off an EP that he came out with his metal band called Calor, as in heat. So I'm about to play you some heat right here.
Cabinets in. I don't know how Justin didn't kick us out, but we blasted the fucking cabinet speakers and recorded them
in the downstairs studio, or where'd you do that at?
The downstairs.
Oh, okay.
He was right there. I know he heard it.
Yeah, because it's in the same hallway and all that.
Yeah, I play metal stuff. We actually have an EP coming soon too.
Yeah, nice. So this is from when, or like it's not just you?
Oh, it's me, my friend Rob, my friend Steph. Okay, so it's 3 guitar players: Rob, me, and my friend Steph. Then we have my friend Josh on drums, and one of the engineers on the album, Antonio. He plays bass on it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Craziness. Craziness. Yeah, it's a concept album, so it's meant to be heard like from front to back, because all the songs flow into each other. Like the ending of this song goes right into the next one, and it's all instrumental. There's no vocals.
Yeah, I noticed.
Yeah, that's the vibe.
No, but it's cool though. It's good. I feel like you wouldn't notice like the individual instruments if there's a vocal there.
Because it's all layered, so like...
Yeah, for sure. That's what I'm trying to like...
Yeah, you're trying to hear it, but like, wait. But sometimes what happens, 2 guitar players will be playing the same thing.
Oh, okay.
And it's just to give, like on stage, it just gives this wall of sound, especially if they're left and right.
Yeah.
And then like I'm in the middle playing like a clean part or the solo.
Yeah,
the stereo image is nice.
I kind of can't wait to hear this on headphones.
Oh yeah, headphones. You're losing a lot of like detail from those.
Yeah, figures. I can't really hear the bass. By the way, we're just.
So it goes right into the next one. Okay. You can play that one if you want for the start of it. That's a cool chill vibe song.
Yeah, they're all about 3 minutes on average, right?
Yeah, I think the last one's the longest. That one's like an epic wank fest on
I
guitar.
can definitely see though how they do kind of
good. Like it's such a smooth transition that I didn't really notice when it started and ended.
That's why like I recommend people listen to the whole album. It's only 17 minutes.
Right.
Just listen to it front to back, like before going to sleep, and then like tell me what you think it's about. I love hearing like, cause it is a concept album. Yeah. It's about something, but we left it to other people's interpretation.
Yeah, that's good.
So it's just
you gotta make people work a little bit.
Yeah, I mean the titles kind of like give it away a little bit, but it's the story's really deep. And I was Rob. That's the mind of Rob. He came up with the whole fucking concept. I'm like, he showed me a paper with like written out what's about. I'm like, yo, this is crazy.
Yeah, that's good.
Because it fits so well with the music. Yeah, like, I can see like a whole movie being made out of this. It's crazy.
Yeah, it sounds like it could definitely be a soundtrack to something.
Yeah,
I could definitely see that too. But it's funny. Like, I wouldn't listen to this before going to sleep.
I know.
I listen in the morning.
But a lot of people tell me like, yo, I listen to this before going to bed all the time. I'm like, oh, okay. I mean, there's parts of it that are soothing, but then there's parts where like, it's like you want to fight somebody.
Yeah,
you know? It gets aggressive.
That's what I was gonna say. I do this on my way to the gym or something. Like,
exactly. Yeah. That's a good. You want a 15-minute, 20-minute workout? Just put this album on.
Yeah, it's good. I like it too, man. I feel like, I mean, it's just a stereotype that I see going on. Like, people, when they hear metal, they might not want to hear it because the vocals is usually like...
Yeah. The vocals are always the turn off.
Yeah. But, you know, it's a good twist. Like,
yeah, we try to... We have some stuff coming that actually has vocals, and we guess some people, like... I don't want to drop anything yet because it's not, like, solidified.
Yeah, for sure.
But there's some people, like, we're going to have some guest people come in and...
Nice.
You know, do some vocals and stuff, which I was at first very apprehensive about, but some of the music kind of like you kind of hear like, damn, there's space for a vocalist there.
Yeah.
It's just if it's done right, you know, it could be really good.
Sure. I was gonna say, you guys you're all musicians, I guess. None of you are real vocalists.
Well, the bass player, fun fact, he's in another band called Analemma, and he's actually the vocalist, singer of that band. And it's cool. Like, he plays bass for us too, but he's a full-blown like vocal god in his band.
Nice.
His band is crazy. Check that out. It's really. If you're into stuff like this, just think of us basically, but just with like vocals and like very like progressive rhythmic guitars and insanity.
Yeah, I could definitely in general hear. I mean, even though it's fine without vocals, I could definitely hear vocals on this.
Yeah.
Even though it doesn't have to be kind of like the main focus of the song.
Yeah.
It could just be another layer of instrument.
Yeah, exactly. Like that's something. Yeah, I mean, even in the writing, like we leave it open. So like, if anything, I'll play like a lead part to fill that, you know, that melodic gap there, and or Rob will come up with a lead part and he'll play it while I'm doing like the heavy part. So we just trade off. Everybody just trades off roles basically, depending on the song and who wrote it or like who's like the main the main riff. You know what I'm saying? It depends. It all depends on that really.
So everyone kind of has their own songs. Is that safe to say on this EP?
Yeah, basically. But most of it is from the mind of Rob, the guitar player.
Right.
I just go in and like I'll add like guitar solo. You'll definitely hear me. You'll be like, oh yeah, that's Frank playing right now.
Right.
Like it's very obvious. But yeah, most of the stuff comes from his mind. Like he's insane.
That's good. And then he must be good because I guess you guys were also able to see the vision just like he was.
Yeah, definitely. I was full blown like on board like from the start, and we only been together for like I'd say we started late 2018. That's when we got together and like started pre-production.
Yeah.
And like all the stuff we do is we pre-production on the computer, so the drums they're all it's pre-production, the bass,
so
all of it
kind of just MIDI everything up
everything. Like that's how we went into the studio, and then literally in the studio we just replaced one by one, you know, with actual instruments, actual amps.
That's the way to go. I mean, like I know that's what I first did because I just didn't know enough musicians or wasn't good at theory yet. Like that, so I just did everything MIDI. But now that I know a little bit more about just recording and just, you know, how to write music, I'm definitely down to like, you know, put live instruments in there. It's definitely a vibe that you get.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, like I love going into the studio with, like, especially with this band, we go in really prepared. And then what ends up happening is the rollout is like seamless. It's just like we literally have everything written, just got to replace this or that. Or the last thing that might happen is, well, Frank, you got to just play a guitar solo. And usually the way I do guitar solos, I sometimes write them. I sit down and write them, or like I have a thing that I play, a motif, whatever it might be. But half the time I just improvise them right there on the spot.
Oh, nice.
And if I'm with the producer, we'll just arrange parts as I'm, I'll just do take after take after take. They'll take out parts they like. We both agree on it and just try to merge it. Like on this album, the second solo on Orbit was completely comped from different takes. So when you listen to it, it sounds seamless. It sounds like it was, and we also have a playthrough of it on YouTube of me playing the solo. And if you listen to it, it's sporadic, it's crazy, it's going all over the place. But it was from that. Like literally, I sat down, I did a bunch of takes. Then Antonio, who was engineering me, the bass player, he like grabbed sections of it and composed this whole like. Basically, he arranged my solo, and it was like, all right, you got to do that now live every time. And man, that was a pain because it was just like the solo it's different spots of the neck that I'm in, so I have to jump a lot and like.
Oh, okay.
It's crazy. It's a really like.
Oh, so he basically comped all your takes, and then you redid that.
Actually, I didn't.
Basically.
I didn't do it.
Didn't. Okay.
Because the way it flowed. I mean, I was playing to the way we did the majority of the album. We loop record sections, and I would just play over even the main parts. We would loop record, and then from the loop record, comp a perfect master take.
Nice.
And we would do this, and some of the guitars, we do this technique where we record them, we dual track them, and then hard pan them left and right, so you get this crazy stereo wide wall of sound effects. Really sometimes we even do quad, where it's like. You do hard pan left and right, and then you do like mid side, halfway on. But it's the same part, it's the same performance. Just
gives it more of a body,
It makes it sound huge, like especially when you listen to it like on monitors, and you're just like, oh, it's like, it sounds epic as fuck.
Yeah, gotta fill up all that space.
Yeah, so that's how we did. Yeah, that's solo. If you listen to it, it's crazy. And I also had to learn it. Because the thing with me, I'll play and I'll just forget right after what I just did. Like I'll just do something crazy, and they're like, "Oh man!" And then once he comped it, I was listening to it. I was like, "Man, I don't remember doing any of this." I was just like, "Well, how am I gonna do this?" So Antonio, he's like an ear god. He like transcribed my solo for me.
Oh, that's crazy.
Wrote it out for me, and it was like, "Here, look, learn your solo, play it." And then he learned it. He actually learned my solo. Nice. He would play back to me, and it took me a while to learn it. Like I literally played on it, but it took me a little bit to like learn it. But now I could play it, and it's like, it's
so you do perform those solos live?
Yeah, I have. Well, for this band, I have to. It's just part of especially in metal music, it's like that's the vibe. But like in my other band, Afro Dominicano, I do track solos. I improvise them on the record, but I don't always play them exactly the same. Like I kind of like in the moment feel something different, and it's always different. That's something I like to do. Like you're gonna be you're gonna get a different solo every time you come see me. It's gonna be you're gonna get your ticket worth. You're gonna get a different vibe every time, and that's what I try to do with that band. But with the metal band, I try to keep it, exactly like the record, because people they listen to it a lot, and they come to like those solos. And,
right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, they want to hear that live. They want to, oh man, I can't wait to see him play this live.
Yeah, which is good. I mean, but you tell me if I'm wrong or not. Yeah. But you seem more like a live kind of person more than just in the studio like you. I'm like right at this point in my life, I'm kind of like in between both. Like I do both. Like if I wanted to stop performing, I could and just do this production. Oh, right. I could do that, but I love them like equally as much. You know what I'm saying? Like, and also it's just I love the control of being able to like. All right, so I for example, Afro Dominicano, I recorded with my friend Dominic. We went to Queensborough Community College together. Okay. And now he's at NYU. He's getting his master's at NYU for engineering. Yeah. Recording. And we came together and we produced the first album, Letters to Zoe, for Afro Dominicano. Oh, okay. That's on Spotify, everywhere, whatever you can stream music. Mm-hmm. And that I actually engineered. Like 85% of that album was done at Queens College. Oh, nice. So like when Jim McElwain, when he came to class one day, he was like, "Yo, you guys better do your record here. Like, you better not mess around." And I took that to heart. Like, when he said that, I was just like polarized. Like, all right,
I'm gonna figure this out. I'm gonna learn this. I'm gonna do it. And gladly I did. I didn't mix or master the record because I was not there yet, and at that time. I had him do it. Dominic Yon. He actually lives nearby. Actually, he's amazing. You should have him on the show one day. Just to,
yeah, definitely.
He's just, oh my god, he's amazing. Like his ear is insane. But me and him got together and we did that record together and it was fun. Like I love that. Like I first started, recording. Like I fell in love with just tracking people, being a recording engineer.
Yeah.
Then slowly I went from recording to like having my friends push me to produce. And I think since last year, June, that's when I officially I was like, all right, I'm going to learn to produce. And I even switched DAW completely. I went to Logic.
All right.
Basically mastered Logic at this point because I just dove in and composed about Logic.
That's what it takes.
And I mean, I have a love hate with Pro Tools. Like I love Pro Tools, but I hate Pro Tools at the same time. Like I can produce on Pro Tools. I can do everything I'm doing on Logic. I could do it on Pro Tools. It's just Logic just makes it a little bit easier and more friendly, like more intuitive. But the same thing could be achieved on either or.
Yeah, exactly.
Like my favorite producer is Illmind.
Yeah,
and he uses his oh my god, his production template for Pro Tools is genius. Like he puts everything on like he'll create a MIDI track for instance if he's using battery, he'll make one instance of battery and then route the battery into an audio tracks. And then as he's going, he'll bounce out the kick, the snare, whatever samples he's using. Yeah. So then at the end he's working just with audio. He starts with MIDI. Right. And then he's always bouncing stuff.
Yeah, he routes things so that they could just be
it's easy. Tracks, his template literally makes it's beautiful. Like to watch him do it, I'm like, wow, this is. And then also he only uses he's religious to battery 3. Like he doesn't use his what do you call it? Battery the newest version of battery. I think it's 4 or 5. Yeah. He uses 3 and 3 is green. It has this retro vibe 3 to it. And that's what he uses. And I'm just watching it this is so cool. But that watching him work, at the end he's working with audio. And that's the same approach I use with Logic. I'll start with MIDI and then end up with just audio tracks that I'm, chopping up, moving around, arranging, and then composing. Most of the beats that I do are just R&B, trap, modern hip hop stuff. Yeah. I do sometimes abstract stuff like house music or reggaeton. I dive into that, but my forte right now has been just making trap and club beats and and R&B joints. Yeah, that's what I've been doing a lot lately, and getting really good at that, sampling and flipping samples and just messing with plugins and stuff. That's been my main thing lately, and just mixing. I'll get mixing jobs all the time. Be like, hey, they'll send me their stems, and I'll be like, all right. I'll mix it on the spot for them and send them back or do some mastering. My main plugins that I use, I guess, are all the wave stuff. Oh yeah, I can't live without waves. Waves is just
top notch.
It's amazing. That stuff is just.
Yeah, even the older ones, because I have pretty old ones, but they're still really good.
They're still amazing. Yeah. There's just nothing comes. I mean, I want to try I see you have the Apollo. I want to try the UAD stuff. Because that would just help my computer not be so stressed out, because it's a separate DSP for all that stuff. Yeah,
it's cool. Great. I mean, I don't know. I have the reason why I'm using it right now because I have issues with it. I gotta isolate the issue.
Yeah, it might be something cable or something.
Yeah, that's what I think it is. Honestly, the cable itself. But it's good. Every other studio I go to, they have it and it's there and it's
the whole Color album. We use the Apollo rack.
Oh, okay.
To record, and a Kemper. I don't know if you know what that is. It's it's basically an amp profiler. They take an amp and they mic the amp, and then they record the impulse response of that amp at that time. Yeah, okay. And it gets loaded into this box, and in the digital world, you can just recall that sound. Nice. That exact sound, the way you mic'd it.
Yeah, exactly. I haven't used that exact one, but I've used other plugins that do that exact thing. Yeah, for sure.
So that's what we use. We use modelers, and then from the modelers, we went on and we're like, man, let's retrack everything. Let's reamp all the guitars. So that's what we ended up doing. So on the record, it's actual amps, guitars. Like it started off with the digital stuff, and it sounded great, but the A/B comparison of just using that real stuff was like, all right, yeah, it's better.
Yeah. There's
It's
always
way more transient details, way
right.
more
Yeah.
like you feel like the guitars are in the room, the amp in the room feel. You definitely hear it more when you
Yeah,
just
it's
mic up,
always.
mic
I
up
mean,
in.
I hope that your average listener does notice that.
Yeah,
But
yeah, most people.
most people, I don't know if they do.
Only the people that geek about that.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
hey, what did he?
Like,
how did he do it?
Yeah, we would definitely notice that.
Yeah.
But that's cool because you get to like get feedback from your own peers.
Yeah.
And people who are in the industry who know what they're doing.
Yeah.
They're able to, I guess, keep you in check
Yeah,
when it comes to that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I just want to shout out Ryan Harvey. If you can look him up, he was the mixing engineer, and also he engineered the Color Bloom EP.
Yeah. Okay.
He's he's incredible. Like him, like, oh my god! Before we even track drums, first of all, he tuned all the drums to the key of the music.
Yeah,
like,
that's definitely crucial. People don't do that at all, which is kind of a huge step that you're missing.
That's like the defining factor of your drum sounding good. First of all, tune them to the music that you're doing.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense.
It's night and day. But a lot of people they don't understand it. And he would use this thing called a tune bot to tune the drums to like actual pitches. And like it was insane. Like he made sure the drums sounded good in the room first before even putting a mic up.
Nice.
And I think we maxed out at 24 mics just on the drums.
Just on the drums?
Just on the drums. That's how crazy he was.
How big was the drum kit?
It was, I think it was a 3-piece. No, I'm wrong. It was a 4-piece. Yeah, we had 3 toms, kick, and then our drummer Josh. He just has like a plethora of cymbals, probably like 7 cymbals out. Like it was crazy. Chinas, different crashes.
Oh, so that's where all the mics came in.
Yeah, he put like a mic on everything. He even put a mic. I think he does this thing where he puts a mic in a box and puts it somewhere in the room.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
I don't know what it did.
Yeah.
I got to talk to him about that. But like, yo, Ryan, what was the purpose of that? Did you even use it? He probably found a way to use it.
My guess is that it's like the room reverb, but at a certain frequency and below kind of thing.
Probably like a almost like a gated, maybe low reverb.
Right. Yeah.
Thing.
Yeah. If you're like taking the highs off the reverb.
Exactly.
Kind of thing.
Yeah. That's probably how you use it.
That makes a lot of sense.
He'll be a great person to bring in too.
Yeah, definitely.
He's insane, and he worked so hard. Like he stayed up late, mixing it, sending revisions back and forth, and it was just like it was a blast to work with him. And we're actually gonna be working with him on the next EP that we already have. We already have it. We actually have the next EP tracked and ready to go. We're just waiting on some things before we release it. But yeah, I'm really excited because we're gonna be working with him again to do drum recording for one of the songs.
Yeah,
and I just love whenever he's around. I just love like absorbing knowledge from him. He's so smart and takes it very serious, and like he's definitely that guy in the studio who's like knows what he's doing.
It's definitely always great to be around people like that because that rubs off on you.
Yeah,
and, like,
definitely.
Even though you're not doing the same thing, like you definitely take the same work ethic on what you're doing.
Exactly, and I probably like rub some stuff off of him because he would just work relentlessly and like stay up late, and I do all those things now. Like I'll stay up late tuning the drums, tuning my samples. That's another thing, guys.
That's
tune your samples.
Yeah.
If you're making beats,
that's definitely true.
Tune your kick to the key of the music. It's gonna make the world of a difference.
Yeah, you definitely notice the difference. Like I started doing that, and I'm like, what? I have been living my life wrong for years.
Like this is crazy. This is an example of why you should tune. The original TR-808 has a cowbell sound.
Right.
That original cowbell sound, if you put it into a tuner, which I did, I put a tuner up to my speaker and had it looping really fast to the point you get like a sine wave or like a square wave, whatever wave it was producing, and it was a pitch there. And I put it up and I find out it's a C note that's like 37 cents flat.
Oh wow, okay.
And I was trying to use it in my beat. I was like, man, why something was bothering me about the cowbell. I could have EQ tuned and removed that frequency and then make the frequency I wanted, just make it pop out. That's another way of doing it. You could EQ tune, which does the job, but it's better to just actually physically put something that does pitch control.
Right.
Like I use Wave's sound shifter, and literally just went in and bumped it up, the amount of cents, and it was like night and day. I would even show it to people like, look, I don't know how this made it on the. It was used, obviously. People would use it. I don't know if they EQ tuned it, or you know,
the sample you were using. Or?
No, it was a sample of the original, like the 808, the TR-808,
right.
the Roland, the original cowbell sound that was programmed in it. Somehow it got programmed. You know, it was in the box like that.
Right. That's how.
You know, and it was used like that. That sound was used a lot, but you know, it depends on the music. Like, you know, you if you know, like me, like ever since I started tuning drums, I'm starting to hear it like in other songs,
right.
And I'll be listening to the song. This is a song that's released, it's popular, and you know people love it. And this is the curse with engineering. You start to like complain. You start hearing, it, you're like, man,
you can't just listen to music anymore.
Yeah, music becomes like a drag sometimes. You're like, damn, man, I wish they would have tuned that snare, man. Everything's perfect, but that snare keeps bothering me, you know? Or it'll be like the kick or the toms, they're not like, something would bother me. I'm just like, oh man. But that's the curse of, you know, doing this thing. You start like complaining about the littlest things that average listeners just be like, what's out of tune?
Just enjoying it.
Yeah, I like the song. What are you talking about, bro? Just, why are you not dancing? I'm like, that
snare.
That snare.
No, but it's good though. I mean, I'm just like, I think what was your beginning? You're just playing guitar, really? Like that's how
that's so my origin story. My Batman origin story. No, basically what happened was I had moved in the same zip code. I had moved somewhere else, and my friends at the time were playing this game called Guitar Hero.
Oh yes.
And Guitar Hero 3 to be exact. And I fell in love with that game. Like we would
same here. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, like after school we would meet up at my friend's house, play that game hours to the point where like his mom would be like, "Oh, you gotta go home. It's like 9:30. You got school tomorrow." And we would just play that. We would literally like, it was like religious. We would get out of class, go to his house, turn on the PS2, and just
just
go, just play for hours. Yeah, and then did that for a while, and then I was like, a bug like hit me like, man, I want to do it.
All right.
I want to do it for real. Like, what is this? I'm looking at the controller. It does look nothing like the guitar in the game. Like, what is that he's playing? And I think there's a character in the game. There's a character in the game called Tom Morello. Like, you actually like battle him in the game.
Right. I think. And I think I do remember that too.
Yeah, he's like the third boss or second boss or something. And I fell in love with like there's a song on there called "Bulls on Parade" by Rage Against the Machine. Bro, I must have listened to that song like on loop once I discovered it. Man, and then I went deep into Rage Against the Machine. Like, I was like, oh, I want to do this. And Tom Morello was like my hero, my guitar hero. And I like, all right, pun.
Yeah, right?
Pun. But yeah. Timing. Perfect timing. Yeah, I had to learn. Like, I was like, man, I got to learn this. And the way it worked then, like, if I wanted something, I had to wait a year. Because, you know, I grew up very, like...
Right, I understand.
If I wanted something, I had to wait till Christmas, birthday, something.
Right.
And my birthday's in October, and, you know, Christmas is in December. So I had to wait till the end of the year. So I go to my mom, like, I want a guitar. She looked at me like, what? That don't pay bills. What do you mean your guitar? That don't do nothing. What do you mean? How does that equate to money? It's like, Mom, trust. I could make this work. And so I was 13 when I asked, and then I didn't get it till like January of when I was 14 in 2009. So from 2009 to like now, that's what I've been playing. I've been playing guitar for like 11 years now, 10, 11 years. So yeah, that's just been all I've been doing since then. And now look at my mom, because I now do this full time. You know, like, you know, I tour, I play all the time. I'm always in the studio. I'm always doing something music related now.
Right.
And I'll be like, look, Mom, see?
Yeah,
see,
exactly.
Look, money.
It's just gotta, like,
oh my God.
Have your blinders on and just keep at it.
Yeah. I mean,
eventually it's just gonna work out for you.
Yeah, and then like I'm literally the only one in my family that did music. So like, there's no one else. It was just like alone in my room.
I understand you, because everybody, including myself that I talk to who's in the music industry, it's the same thing. It's like people always telling you, well, that's a nice hobby to have, but what job are you gonna get?
Yeah, they don't get it. There's a whole world out there.
Yeah, exactly.
And it didn't really hit home for me till I started like, you know, catching a flight to do gigs. I was like, wait a minute, my guitar right now, I just play a wood with strings on it. I slap on it and hit it, and now I'm going to fucking Chicago or Miami. Like, what? That's crazy. Like, you know what I'm saying?
That's awesome.
So like, it's you know, and it all started. It was humble. Like when I first started, I literally just wanted to play it. It wasn't. I had no aspirations to like make money out of it. Nothing. I was just like, I just want to learn how to do this and be able to be like, yeah, I play guitar now. Like, and that's it. I didn't see it. But as I was playing, the more people I met, the more bands I played in, and the more I did stuff with music, the more it got serious to the point where it's like, all right, this is all you got. You know what I'm saying? That's all you can do now. You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah, that's what people, I guess, like fail to see. Like, music could definitely take you places, like literally and figuratively. You know,
it can.
You're gonna grow as an individual for sure. You're gonna get to meet new people, go to a lot of places, learn a lot of things, and you know yourself. Like you said, you started out just banging on a piece of wood with strings. And now you're like, you care about how the mix sounds, or like
now I'm compulsive. Now I need all control.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
I need to record my guitar. Oh, look, can I track my own guitar? Thanks. No, okay. Can I edit my guitar, please? Can you send me the stems? Can I? Right. I'll make it nice. Don't worry. I'll EQ 3K out. I got you. Yeah,
that's good, man. That's what people. I mean, obviously nobody has to do it, but it helps a lot. Especially if you're in a band, when you know more, the more you know, the easier it is for everybody.
And the way things are now is just like, you know, it's so easy. Like, it's easy to get into it and like, and actually produce, you know, music from. Look at Billie Eilish. She made that whole album in her bedroom with her brother.
Right.
That's and awesome. That one like mixed and mastered, by the way, by her brother.
Right.
In her bedroom on a laptop, like.
Yeah, why can't we do that? I got a laptop. I got a bedroom.
Exactly. I have that too. I'm like, that's it. I gotta, you know. And I watched this interview with the Algae brothers, the Chris Lord Algae, whatever, and Tom. Tom was talking about that, and he was just like, he was just like really mad that people would even like be like, what? What do you mean? Of course you can do that, like.
Right.
And he's like sitting behind a giant SSL, you know, NS10s, and like he's just in his giant studio. He's like, I wish I could have been on that fucking record. That's literally what he said. And I was like, wow. If a guy like that, you know, has all this gear, you know, wants to do it, you know. Like, so it's like, to me, it's like, yo, just, if you want to do it, just, I have a mentality where, like, whatever I get into, I compulse over it. And, like, like, for instance, like, I went to Queens College. Before Queens College, I had no training in Pro Tools, none of that.
Yeah.
And I remember Justin being like, I mean, because the first semester, we had a project where we had to record like
basically a cover, right?
We had to do a cover, and all you had to do was record 2 instruments.
Oh, okay.
And it was like, all right, you did MIDI of the song. I did I think I did The Thrill Is Gone by BB King.
Yeah.
I MIDI'd it out, you know, and then he was like, oh, just replace 2 instruments, keep the other 2 MIDI. Or keep like everything else MIDI, and I was like, nah, I want to do the whole thing. You know, I got like, I was like, you taught me like how to do it. Why not just do the whole thing? So that's what I did. Like I went above and I did the drums, I did bass, the guitar, and I even had my friend do vocals. And you know, it's not. I mean, if I go back to it now, it probably sounds like shit. But I mean, I impressed Justin. Justin was like, "What? This is your first, you know, semester with Pro Tools? You never had Pro Tools training?" I was like, "No, I never. I was scared of that stuff." I was like, "You know what I'm saying?
It's a big.
It's
huge,
very intimidating, especially Pro Tools. Pro Tools is just so gray and like." It looks sad. You know what I'm saying? It looks sad and intimidating.
It's like add your own colors to it, but I agree with you.
Yeah, it just starts out gray and like, what is this? And all these buttons and it's so
there's
confusing.
Just so many functions that half of them aren't even used all the time.
Yeah,
that's why it's probably intimidating for people.
Yeah, there's oh my god, too. There's a reason they call it Pro Tools because there's so many tools in it that people just don't know. Like you can even do audio. You can do audio with video.
Yeah, exactly.
Like what?
Yeah, I've done that before, and then I've had like. I think the most amount of tracks was like 60.
Yeah.
And it's like, and that's not the limit.
Yeah. Isn't it 250 something?
Yeah, it's somewhere in the hundreds for sure.
200 something? Well, Logic beat it. You could do 1,000+ tracks.
Wow.
And if you get the new MacBook, you can even it's Infinity now because the new MacBook Pro.
Like obviously you gotta have
the tower.
Else, you know, you gotta have your RAM and your processors.
Yeah, you know, now you can have 1.5 terabytes of RAM. Like why?
Yeah,
why
it's crazy.
What are you trying to simulate Earth? Like why do you have all this power?
You know, somebody is definitely gonna use up all that.
Somehow. Oh yeah, they're gonna be like, yeah, I have like 30 like 30 instances of battery running or some shit, like, or some like contact or something. It was funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, I remember with that I impressed with that Thriller's Gone cover, I impressed Justin with that, and I was like, oh man, this is cool, like, because I didn't have to go that far, like, the most I could have done was just the guitar and the bass and kept the MIDI drums.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, it's for your own good.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I'm not honestly the type of person that I think once high school reached, I could care less about grades.
Yeah.
And
same.
it was like, I'm doing this because I want to get nice. Like, not because I'm trying to graduate or get a good grade.
Yeah.
Like, I really care less about that shit.
Yeah.
Like, I was more into, like, doing it right because I want to get good.
Yeah.
You know?
That's how I am. Like, when I get into something, like I said, I'll get into it, like, compulsively, and, like, I'll try to learn everything about it. You know, that's all I would think about. Like, literally, I'll go home and, like, just think about how compression works and like try to master that, you know, like go very deep into it. And luckily, you know, Queens College was like a little hidden gem. Like I tell people about people about Queens College, they're like, what, you had all of that? And I was like, no wonder you did your album there. I was like, yeah. Man, to me, I mean, it was me and there was another student, damn, I forget his name, man. He did his whole jazz album there too. While I was doing my album too.
Yeah, I recorded somebody's album there too. And
yeah,
my own.
Yeah, that's exactly, like, that place is legendary, low key. Like, and it's not known. Like, people, what, they have a production program? Like,
right.
Bro, I went into the office because I missed the classical. I wanted to do classical guitar because I came from Queensboro Community College with a degree in music and just music. And they have a production program at Queensboro.
Right.
But I was like, my friend was doing this, so I was like depending on him to just record me. I was like, oh, you're going to learn it.
Oh, okay.
You record me. Doesn't work that way. You need to learn shit on your own. You're not going to get anything done waiting for people. I'm telling you that right now.
Yeah, that's definitely a fact, man. So, I learned that shit too.
I learned it the hard way because I was like waiting around for my friend. I was like,
it's like, all right, this is never going to get done.
Nah, he's not serious. He took another route, which is his other route. It's amazing. Now he's my friend Eddie. Now he's basically like a sound a tech for touring. He sets up the you know, the drums and like does guitar shit. And he goes on the road as a roadie basically. Yeah. But and he's been all over the world just doing that. Like literally he's played with like he's teched for like famous bands like As I Lay Dying, what's the Five Finger Death Punch. For a while, he was with this band called Bad Wolves, which is like the super group band that formed, and they toured. Man, he toured all over the place. Yeah, so he
definitely goes all around the world.
So yeah, he's been. Like, I'll call him like, "Where you at?" He's like, "I'm in Hawaii." I'm like, "Oh, cool." Next day, I'm in Australia. I was like, "How?" Okay, you took a plane. I get it. It's like, how? Okay, cool. But yeah, he took that route, and then I was like, man, I gotta learn this on my own. So like. Luckily that happened when I went into the room and I was just like, and Justin was actually there. It was funny. I walk in and Justin's like sitting there in the back, and I'm just like, damn, I missed this audition. So I was like, oh, I'll just take media. So I took media, which was also cool. The media program at
I agree. It has a lot of different.
The media program at Queens College is pretty cool. Like I learned a lot. Like, but I was always running, like they always had me doing audio because they knew I was like the audio guy,
right?
Up and coming art. So I was always working the audio console when there was like cameras and like.
Oh, I get what you're saying.
Like,
right.
It was a whole production program that they had. Yeah. Like it was pretty cool. Like TV studio, straight to tape type of stuff. And I got to actually direct some stuff. It was cool. Like being the director, giving cues, camera cues and stuff. It was
I kind of wish I would have done that too, but whatever.
It was cool. I'm not gonna lie. Like it was like another side. I was like, oh man, if this doesn't work out, I could probably go into production for like movies and like TV and stuff.
And it all relates anyways.
Like, it all you know what I'm saying. And I was coming in with all that stuff I was learning from the minor program. I was coming into the major program with all this knowledge on the audio stuff,
right?
And so stuff that even my professor was like.
How did you even get to this level?
How did you not know that audio should be at negative? You know, at least negative 18.
Okay,
like she didn't. I mean, I don't know. She was cool. I forget her name, but she was cool. She was awesome.
She's not specialized in
her audio camera was her thing. Camera. She. Oh my god, she was amazing on camera. Like she could focus in 2 seconds. She can focus the camera. Like it was crazy how fast she would work. But yeah, like taking that, I took that into the and I was always put on the audio. Like now anybody who had me at the audio station, they knew like, oh yeah, Frank's on it.
Yeah, it's all good.
You're good. You're gonna be crispy. You're gonna be nice. I even went a step above, and I'd be like, yo, send me the audio after, because I would always try to get about maybe -10 to like maybe -18, around that range of like output, and then I'll go home and just like master it for them and get it nice and loud so it sounded good on everything. But that's when I was like getting into that area when I was learning it, because the stuff I was learning in the class I would just apply it to my friends. Like I would bring my friends over and record them. I would just practice with them, and
That's the time.
Luckily, that school, man, that school is like legendary for just literally just having Justin there. Just like, hey, like he's just so cool about it, and I always respect it,
man. Because I've been to other schools that they have a production program, and you can't even like touch the stuff, bro.
Yeah, man. I went. I'm not gonna drop names, but I went to this very famous. They're pretty famous right now for like audio engineering. A lot of kids sign up. A lot of older people too. They sign up and they go there, and man, the culture there was not like, it was the complete opposite, bro. To take out a mic, you had to go up to the guy. There was a guy that sat behind all the mics before you even could take a mic. And I understand why they did this. It's great. It's military style. Like, when you go up, you have to name the mic you want, what kind of polar pattern it has, what's the frequency, like specific things about the mic you had to know for every mic you wanted to take out. And it would be like, you'd be integrated, before going into your session.
Right.
It's like,
I understand why, but
I get it.
Like,
that's not cool. That's not how you like. I don't know. It might be the millennial in me that's like kind of like, man, don't do that. Treat me nice.
No, but yeah,
it's
it
like,
takes the fun out of the whole thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It takes the curiosity out, because now like it's almost like it's almost a chore. It becomes a chore, not fun. And that's something that at Queens College I genuinely had fun fucking up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's a good thing.
I would fuck up and then like, okay, don't do that again. Next time I come in, and I just got better and better and better, to the point where I was like, all right, like, I think I can engineer my own band stuff.
Sure.
And then that's what I did. And then now I've been doing, I've been getting into the mixing world, and that's my next thing. Like, for the next Afro Dominicano album, I've been helping with the engineering and also doing the mixing. That's so good. For the next album, you're gonna hear my and I've already been practicing with the band, because what I would do, and I told you I had the XR18. Right. I would record Logic out the outputs of every mic, multi-track out.
Right. So you basically take whatever is coming from the mixer.
Exactly. I would take it home and then practice mixing.
That's
just
good.
Mixing the room, and I would learn things like, all right, maybe the guida player shouldn't be right next to the drummer, because all I'm gonna get is guida bleed on all the mic drums. Let's put him over there.
Right.
So things like that I would learn. I was like, all right, he gotta go in the box, because the guida is just high end, like 10K over everything that I just don't need, and it makes it hard to because I get very like meticulous with like just even mixing a demo.
No, that's good.
Presenting it to the band like, oh, look, this is how we could sound. You know what I'm saying? And recently we did, and actually the videos came out today. Actually, it's crazy. Okay. Recently, we played live on a podcast, and they recorded us into an X32 Behringer board, and I requested multi-track out because we had played there before, and what they uploaded was the mix the sound guy that was there did, like his mix that went out to the broadcast. Right. And it's always not. They don't. It's not gonna be. It's live. They don't have. And also he was right in the room with us. Usually, what they'll have another room somewhere.
Yeah, so you're
far
not
away. So exactly, you don't get all this bleed,
shit,
and so he didn't have that. He didn't even wear headphones. I was just like, what is going on? And at the time, I didn't know about that you could multi-track all that. So I didn't know about at that time. So this time that I came back, I was like, no, I want multi-track. Yeah. Do not upload anything till I touch these tracks, and that's exactly what I did. So I went home, I mixed and mastered everything within like 2 days. Did some revisions, a lot of reference checking in the house. I showed it to my mom. I was like, Mom, what'd you think? Oh, the accordion's too loud. Got you. Go back. Lowers accordion. And then that recently came out today with the video. So the audio that you hear on the link, if you put it's the best I could do with what was there. Cause we played in the room, and the mics, they were closed mic together, and like you had a lot of bleed that I had to like work with and like mess around with. But I think I did a really good job with what I had. If it would have been different, like maybe separated and more isolated, I could have been, a little better. But I'm really happy with how it came out, and that's been the practice for me, like working with that and how I'm gonna do when I do the mix for the next album, which I'm gonna.
All right. You always like learn from from whatever you're doing, and then you're able to carry that to anything else. And it's good that you like somebody within your band
Yeah.
is able to mix and knows about that, because then you could just improve the sound of it by so much instead of somebody from the outside coming in.
Exactly.
And that, I mean, obviously they probably know the shit, but doesn't know how the band works together.
Exactly. How certain instruments should
or
be
like
panned,
or like what
or the volume
instruments-
sets for certain instruments.
Right, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? That's something that when we were working with Dominic, a lot of revisions were done because it was a music that, first of all, he's Chinese, Chinese American, and we're all Dominican.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like that's
like,
a beautiful story. I love telling.
Before, like...
I loved. Yeah, he didn't listen to this music, so it was just beautiful that and it gave it a different different view, different ears, and he did some stuff that's interesting. That I was like, wow, I would have never thought
nice. That's good.
Traditionally they do. If you listen to a recording of the the music we do. Versus what he did, like there's definitely a contrast, and what he did was very interesting. A lot of people resonate with what some of the mixing approaches he took. That I'm like, I'm gonna take now that and go on with the mixing with the next album. I'm gonna take a lot of cues from what he did because it also gave us a little bit of our own sound, which is very cool. Like a lot of people come up to us and they're like, man, you guys sound so different and like new and like this has never been heard before. I was like, yeah, you never heard rock guitar over like merengue music.
Yeah,
like,
I was gonna say you're kind of bringing a new approach. To like something that's I don't want to say classical, but like
traditional. Like
traditional. Yeah, there you go. That's the word.
Like the music that we play is really traditional folkloric Dominican music that we just take and just throw all our influences. Like my main influence, like I said, was metal, Rage Against the Machine. Like you know what I'm saying? I'm a metalhead at heart, and that's that's what I bring to that band, and everything I do. Like I have like rock, blues vibes that I bring to what I do, and people always resonate with that. So,
that's good.
Yeah, like that's that's what I've been more or less been doing. That's just like a little like iceberg of like all the stuff I've been doing.
Yeah,
but I've been working on so many things. I have so many projects that rely on my back right now to get done.
But it's like, a good feeling though.
It's cool. It's awesome. Also, I need a vacation.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's physically tiring, but you gotta love it.
It's fulfilling though. Like once you get that mix back, or like you get that once you see the artist reaction to what you've done, it makes it all worth it. When they get excited and they're making posts like, oh my god, my beat's about to drop, produced by him. You know what I'm saying? And you start to see this response to all that work you did, staying up late at night, tuning a snare. You know what I'm saying? So it feels great. Like honestly, it feels great. The payoff is great. The process sometimes can be grueling. Like sometimes you'll do 17 revisions to a mix in an hour. Because of one little thing or another little thing, but at the end of the day it's worth it, because at the end of the day you get this product that's like the artist is happy, they love what you did, and then you're happy because they're happy.
I mean, at the end of it all, it's not really about you or the artist. It's like you're both trying to come together to reach a common goal. That's why I tell everybody, it's like you can't really worry about yourself or what you like. It's about what are we trying to achieve here, as a collective, and like let's put our egos aside, and make this the best song possible.
That's what I do. I try to always service the song. Does it need a guitar solo? My ego says yes, but the song says no. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to always, feed into your ego and let it be shown in the music. You just service the song. Does the song call for that? Listen to the music and then go from there. Not just what you think is right because you think it's right.
I mean, at the end of the day, it is your emotions that you're trying to put onto it, but you gotta find that good balance of what I want, but what is supposed to, like, what's best for the collective.
Exactly.
Group. But man, I mean, I know you gotta go soon, but it's up to you. It's like 6:30 on the dot, or like 6:33.
I could stay for another 30. Unless you have any like specific things you want to get. Do you edit this stuff too? Like you
yeah. I mean, I shoot for like between 30 and an hour. We're at like 45 right now.
It's up to you. You want to ask me anything specific? Like
well, I mean, you said you have a lot of things coming up. Like if you stay here, like you said, naming each individual thing.
Well, I can tell you one by one what's in the pipeline, I guess.
Okay.
Coming out.
Why not?
So first thing, of course, that next Afro album, Afro Dominicano, is gonna be called Libertad, Liberty, Freedom. That's the next album that I'm currently working on. and we got a couple tracks already done that I have to mix and master. Um, and then I have a split EP that I'm doing with this band called Analemma, which is our bass player Antonio's band. And basically what we did, this is something that, I don't think has been done before. Basically 2 bands coming together, producing a record, an album together, playing on each other's stuff.
That's interesting, yeah.
And releasing it as a split EP.
That's cool.
So that's something that when it was first pitched to me, I was like, yes. This has never been done. Right. I've never heard of 2 bands. What? Imagine if if Rage Against the Machine and like Cypress Hills came together and like made a fucking album.
Yeah.
And it was split EP and they played on each other's stuff, which kind of already happened with Prophets of Rage, but whatever. But
it's not common for sure.
But it's not a common thing. Like you don't see bands doing this like coming together. It's almost like Marvel and DC coming together.
Right.
Making, like,
exactly.
You see Hulk and Superman fighting each other. Like it's something on that line. So basically, what happened is we made it a split EP where basically their tracks are gonna be on our side of the EP. It's like a split EP, so it's gonna be two different EPs. Our EP is gonna be mostly instrumental, with maybe like 1 or 2 that has like vocals.
Yeah.
And then on their side, they're gonna have our songs, the songs that are instrumental songs, with their vocals on it, with their vocalists playing on it, and writing their parts to it. So that's been like, amazing to work with, because it's crazy because these songs that we made, it's only like 2 or 3 songs. It's a small EP. Between each other, it'll be like 5 or 6 songs with both together. But it's just crazy to see, like, because these songs that we're releasing, we wrote them a year when the band first formed. We wrote these songs, and not to see them in a different light with vocals and because when we first made them, there's no intention to have. Yeah. It's it's guitar wankery. It's just mad guitar, but somehow they found a way to like fit in vocals, which is just like wow, it's amazing. At first, I was apprehensive to any idea of having a vocalist, but the more I think about it, it's like it would be cool because some of the bands that I like, for instance, I like this band called Chan. They do this sometimes. They'll have vocals on their stuff, but they're primarily an instrumental band. And they'll have like a vocalist, on 1 or 2 songs, and it's pretty cool. Like, it's a different vibe to the band. It keeps things interesting and
yeah, for sure.
Fun.
I feel like collaboration in general always
it
kind of opens your mind up for a lot of different things.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I mean, now look at it. We have a split EP. We can now do a tour. You know what I'm saying? There's tours we could do.
It's like
it's a collector's thing. It's like wow, look at it. They did something cool like this. Hopefully, we could do it again with maybe a different band or just create like a soup of bands and create like this crazy collaborative thing, which would be cool in the future. What else do I have coming up? Oh, I have I've also been working with this poet named Mel Chante.
Okay.
If you ever want to have like a really cool like woke poet on your podcast, I would totally recommend her to come in. She has like a super soothing like audible voice. Like
nice.
her voice is amazing.
Everybody you can
I'll definitely swing them by.
Nice.
But I've been working with her, producing her basically she does poetry, but I've been working to put music to the poetry.
Yeah, that sounds pretty good.
To spoken like her spoken word, yeah. And that's another that's another avenue that, I didn't know about till I did some research, and you can get a Grammy for this stuff. Like,
there's like a category.
It's
for
a
that.
category.
Yeah.
Spoken word has a category in the Grammys.
Yeah,
I'm like, wow, this is amazing. You can win a Grammy for this. So I'm like, been working with her, producing her EP, and she has a new poem coming out called Air that's gonna come out soon. I think it's gonna come out next week, Monday. I'm not sure if I'm correct. Mm-hmm. And it's basically her doing her poetry over an opera singer that we recorded.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
nice.
and I did some sound design because the poem's about air, and I did some sound design with Omnisphere, creating wind.
Yeah, I could kind of
creating like tuned wind.
Like.
Yeah, and it's pretty cool. It's just she basically, the opera singer sings a Negro spiritual while she does this poem, this very woke poem that's like. It's all her stuff.
Yeah,
is
we just
amazing.
gotta hear it.
You gotta hear it to be like, oh wow. And it was actually done. The production for that was done the same day Kobe died.
Oh,
so
wow.
like we found out he died, and then went into like studio mode right after.
It's
and it was like
another
that's
source of inspiration. Right
there. That was another level. Like you kind of like you hear it in there a little bit because we're all
that's
like,
good, man.
We were all like, damn, this is crazy, and then we had to like go. It's like, all right, you got to get back to work.
In my opinion, those are where the best, I guess, just pieces of artwork come from, where it's just like something so emotional like that. Yeah. They are able to take it and basically transfer it into whatever you're doing.
Yeah. And
so something like
you definitely hear it. Like you definitely hear it, especially in the voice of the opera singer, because she sings opera, but it's like with a little bit of R&B twist to it. Like it's kind of cool. Like she does like these crazy runs that you normally don't hear in opera music. You don't really hear them do. They don't really do runs, but it's in there. I'm like, wow, this is a cool little take on opera that I've not heard. I've never had an experience of recording it too. Also, which is cool. I was like, wow, this is pretty dope. Once I had the tracks down, I'm like, and then I had to mix it. I was like, I had a lot of fun like working with that. That's coming out. What else I got coming out? Well, I got more stuff coming out, but it's like secret stuff that I can't really talk about.
Cool. I mean,
so I could always come back and talk about those things.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll talk about this one thing. So, I've always thought of the idea of having like, guitar players. They always create a solo album. They always have like a solo project, the little solo thing that they do.
Yeah.
And most of it's always geared towards like rock. It's like rock instrumental music, which I already do. So I was like, I'm not gonna do the same thing. Even though I have ideas, I could definitely do it. But what I've thought is, man, no one's ever done like hip hop tracks or like trap beats or like that modern hip hop sound with guitar music. I have not come across that. So that's what I've been working on. I've been working on that, and I have the music ready. I just have to sit down and now like track it. It was supposed to come out for Valentine's Day, but scheduling and shit got crazy. So it'll probably come out late this month or the first week of like March. It'll come out, and it's just gonna be a single. I'm just gonna test out a single, and it's just gonna be a trap beat, like a crazy, like eerie trap beat with shreddy guitar solos all over it.
Oh, nice.
And it's gonna be structured like almost like a song. It's gonna have a chorus type of vibe, but it's all gonna be instrumental guitar stuff. And hopefully, if it gets picked up, I'll do remixes with like actual vocals.
I could definitely see that, happening. I don't want to talk shit about the hip hop community or whatever you want to call it, but maybe or hopefully people do kind of open up their mind and see that they can, I guess, coexist with that kind of music. Because I feel like, I don't want to call it dumbed down, or I don't really know what it is, but people are just trying to go for the easy kind of instrumentals that they can just. I guess it is fun. It is fun for them, I assume. Mm-hmm. But I definitely like to see more actual instrumentals, live instruments.
Yeah.
That so they could, just do more than just like 808 drums and whatever.
How could I forget? How could I forget this? So apart from all the shit that I do, I also play in a hip hop group.
Oh, okay.
So speaking of that, speaking of that, I also play in a hip hop group with my friend Brendan, who I actually met at Queens College.
Oh, okay.
He came over for a session with someone else, and we ended up like hitting it off and went on this wild ride of now like being his guitar player for his live sets, which he plays. It's hip hop music with a live band.
Yeah, that's always good.
That's like the little take that mostly when I go to these showcases, it's always a guy and his beat and a DJ, which is cool if you're like fucking Travis Scott. Yes. But if you're like some regular guy, coming up, it's like, you know what I'm saying? So our twist to it is like we have a live band. We have a crazy drummer, Mike Martinez, Franny on bass, and Franny Polanco on bass, me on guitar, and then Brendan Sanchez on vocals.
Oh, okay.
Spitting, just kid is crazy, like, and he can sing.
Oh, nice.
So he does like
a little mix.
He does a mix of both, and we actually have a show March 21st. Coming up at the Gold Sounds. You want to come through and catch that? That's an experience. I tell people like, yo, come check this out. It's gonna blow your mind because it's like it's modern hip hop stuff, but it's a completely different twist. Almost like how J. Cole. If you go to a J. Cole concert, he always playing with a band. Or Kendrick Lamar, always a band. So we keep that. We have those vibes when I play with Brendan.
Yeah, you got to show people that it's not just about making beats on your laptop. It's like you actually able to transcribe it to real instruments and live music.
Yeah,
it's good, but we'll definitely check that out.
Yes, and I'm also working on his album. I'm also working on his album. Should come out later this year. This is the year of dropping. I'm just gonna drop. Last year I dropped 2 projects. This year I'm just gonna. I'm just tired, people.
You have to put yourself out there.
My BMI chart is just gonna be like a long list this year of just crazy stuff.
Right? Yeah, it's like who's really stopping you now? Like that's a good thing about like the day we live in, you can do this. Like
Yeah.
before, if this was 20 years ago,
it's
I don't
hard, man.
think-
You needed the budget had to be crazy. You got to
Yeah.
get signed. Nowadays, man, you could really do everything
Right.
on your own if you really want. If you really want it bad, you can. You can do it on your own. It's possible. Even to learn the instrument. Like, I had no guitar teacher. It was
Yeah.
by myself in my room and YouTube. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
the internet was my
That's-
teacher.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So with the age we live in is pretty cool, but it requires effort in the person to just
Yeah,
like be like, you know
it's
what?
your own effort.
Yeah, it's like a mentality of like, yo, I'm gonna learn this on my own. Or like if you have peers, it's amazing if you have somebody around you to guide you.
Yeah,
but at the end of the day,
sure.
it's on you. Kind of be on your own. Like nobody's gonna sit there and play the guitar for you. You gotta actually practice.
All right. No matter how many
You know.
teachers or classes you go to, you still have
You
to
gotta apply,
take the extra
yeah.
step yourself.
Yeah, so that's
Yeah, for
something I
sure.
preach. Even when I also teach guitar, and I tell my students this all the time, man. I'm just your guide. You gotta like put in the work.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm
You
just
gotta have
guiding
the
you.
effort.
I'm the light guiding you through the tunnel. Like you gotta actually like walk. You know what I'm saying? So
Go through that tunnel.
So yeah, that's my my motto with that. But yeah, that's about what I got going on. There's more stuff. I've been working with also I've actually been working with J. Cole's producer.
Oh,
He
that's
produced it's called In the Morning with Drake and J. Cole.
Right.
I've been working with one of the producers of that song. Who else have I been working with? He's the latest guy that I've been working. There's also been Woodrow. I think his name is Woodrow. He works at he did some stuff for Kid Cudi. I've been working with him. My friend Vanessa Vianney, that's her stage name. I've been working with her. She's LA based. She was my first mix and master that I ever did.
No, nice.
Oh my god.
That's what's up, though.
That was fun doing that because like what she sent me was not like it was not the best recordings, but somehow I was able to like
Make it happen.
make magic.
Yeah.
And she's been in love with it since. She's like, yo, you basically saved my track. And I was like, look, you don't even want to. I want to sit you down and show you my plug-in chains for everything, and you'll see exactly what I did.
Yeah, you really put in some work on
Yeah.
that.
So yeah, that's what I've been doing. But yeah, man, there's a lot of stuff. Honestly, if you want to know more, just keep up with me on IG.
Right,
Franky,
yeah.
Franky.Payne, Payne. That's how I spell it.
Yeah, we'll definitely put the link too.
Yeah, get those links
Yeah.
and you'll just literally scroll. Go past the first page because I have a lot of content from all the years of all the people I've been working with, and you'll see like you'll get a taste of everything that I do. I do pretty much everything, man.
Yeah, why
I'm
not?
kind of a band whore. I just like whoever wants me to play. I'm like, yeah, let's go, man.
No, it's only gonna help you.
It's all an opportunity. It's
Yeah.
all a chance to learn something new. And I'm not gonna lie. There's some moments where you're like, damn, I'm close to burning out, but I try my best to like keep up with everything. And
Right, yeah, you're only human. So
Yeah.
I understand.
yeah, but yeah, man. I don't know if there's anything else you want to ask me. I'm down.
I mean,
You could probably chop this up, maybe
yeah,
like a
it's
2-part.
fine. Like, it's cool. I mean, I wish we could just go on all day, but
yeah, I could,
yeah.
bro. I could talk. I could talk. I could talk a lot of shit.
yeah, that's why I'm glad I had you here, though. And
Yeah, I'm glad you invited me. I really thank you, man. Thank you
Yeah.
for like thinking of me. I was like,
Yeah,
'cause
of
I left
course.
QC and I'm like, I don't really talk to anybody anymore.
I mean, that's how it is. But it's amazing how like
We all went
just
kind of our
people-
own way.
Yeah, I mean, but the fact that we all came together at one point, like
Yeah.
it's like one little thing could have made none of this happen. Like it would have been way different. Like
Yeah.
I remember I applied to like CUNY schools after going
Yeah.
to LaGuardia Community College.
hmm
And then, like, I really want to go to a city college because they have, like, their own specialized sound engineering
Yeah. I've
program.
always heard about that program. Yeah.
And then I guess I didn't get in, but I got into Queens.
Yeah.
And then I just showed up. I'm like, well, I don't really have a major. Like,
Yeah.
I didn't want to do, like, I don't want to be a music major because like,
Yeah.
I'm not really, like, it just didn't interest me.
Yeah.
So I was just like, well, let's, like, I guess I got my foot into the music building with a work study job.
Yeah.
Then I just started meeting people there, find out about the minor, just met a shitload of people.
Yeah.
And it's crazy. That's like one little thing could have prevented me from meeting all of you.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that ended up
Yeah.
happening. And it's another important thing too, to just keep in touch with the people
Yeah,
you
keep in
work
touch.
with.
That's something that like
Yeah.
I'm not the best at because
Right.
I'm always just meeting new people and
Yeah,
working with
exactly.
new people. So it's like, oh man, all these people get like in the back burner. I'm like, man, I'm sorry.
No, yeah,
it's just, I'm going like I'm moving like this. I gotta like slow down a bit and be like, all right.
Yeah,
you know
especially if you're like always active. Like it's hard to give everybody your time. So
yeah, and I thought no when I first
by.
man, thank you, man, for real.
Yeah,
I appreciate you. But yeah, like yeah, man, I know, man. Like it'd be like I'll be doing so much stuff and then I just forget. Like oh, I forgot somebody's birthday or
right.
Like,
yeah, it happens.
I was like, oh wait, it was your birthday. Oh my bad. Oh, can we hang out? I gotta check my schedule. I gotta check it. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm also active. You know, I'm always performing, and that's another thing that I do a lot of that. I do a lot of perform. I probably play like every week. I'm somewhere every week.
Right.
And if I have a week off, I'm in the studio.
Yeah,
like,
it's always something, man.
You know, it's always something.
I can't blame you.
Yeah, it was always something.
But it's nice. It's rewarding because you're doing what you want to do. What you
love
to do.
I'm doing what I like, you know, and I have a really flexible job, so like. They let me do whatever. Like I'll be literally in my office, like with my laptop, mixing stuff.
Nice.
Like you know what I'm saying, or I'll be making a beat like while answering phone calls and stuff. It's like, you know, my job where I work at it doesn't take up all my time. Like I have a lot of downtime, so I always use it efficiently, or like I'll either answering emails or responding back to people, or like you know creating posts for my Instagram. You know, just working the music business side too. Those are like my business hours. Right. You can call me from 9 to 5, Wednesdays and Fridays. Right. You know, but yeah, man, this is dope. Yeah, definitely, I'll recommend some people. Like if you're trying to build, you know, get more people here, man. Yeah, it's just gonna become the Franky show. Everybody will be like, so yeah, when I met Franky, and he had Franky this, I'm like,
nah, that's what's up though. Yeah, definitely. This door is open to anybody. So
yeah.
Anybody. It doesn't have to be music related. Yeah. Just anybody, bro. Like. Anybody, whatever you want to talk about, this is your space to come talk.
Gotcha.
Expose yourself, expose whatever you want, give whatever message you want, promote peace. Whatever you want. Yes.
Promote peace and tranquility.
It's not bad. That's not a bad thing
That's
to do.
not a bad, yeah. Especially how the world is. Yo, rest in peace, Pop Smoke. It's crazy. 20 years old? How? That's crazy.
That's what I was thinking. It's like, I never wished that upon anybody.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it's like... It's just hard. Yeah, it's just hard out there.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it's hard.
That life. Yeah, it's insane. Being a musician now is
it's
just as dangerous now. Like what? Music should heal. Why are we killing people?
Since there's so much like information out there that like anybody can know where you're at whatever time and then.
Well, with him, what I heard was he posted his address.
Right, that's what I think.
And
too,
then
right?
that's how he was able to get like. People knew where he was. He literally posted on social media, flat out where he was living, and I was like, no,
you gotta be careful, man. Especially if you get big like that. He's definitely
caught him
the
slipping.
biggest guy out of Brooklyn right now.
Yeah, he was from my hood. I grew up in East New York, like Canarsie area.
Yeah, exactly.
That's where I grew up, Brownsville. Like that's literally where I'm from.
Yeah,
man.
It's crazy. I know you're just another person I know from there. Like,
that's crazy.
I know so many people from there.
Yeah, that's battleground.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, man, it's crazy.
Yeah, I mean. Yeah, I think you do gotta go. I gotta go too eventually.
You gotta go too.
But thanks for coming a lot.
Yo, thank you for having me.
Thank you very much. I mean, thanks for coming a lot.
I come a lot, about 4 times a week. 5 if I'm happy with the wife, you know. Yes, she loves me a lot.
Keep that going. And, definitely come back and give you a lot more time. A lot more things to
we could always talk about some whatever, man. I'm down. Like. We could get nerdy and talk about like your favorite compressor or some shit.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, we could definitely speak about that kind of shit all day.
Break down. So this is what I did in this song. This is my mastering chain. Get all geeky.
I'm not gonna lie, I love doing that shit too.
Yeah, man, I love geeking out about that stuff. I can talk about that stuff for hours.
Yeah. So everybody, once again, this is Franky.
Yes, I'm here.
I'll put the links up if you're just listening. Remind them of your
my IG is Franky with a Y, FRANKY .Payne, PAYNE. Payne because of Max Payne, my favorite game of all time.
I can't blame you.
So that's like that's a little plug right there, Max Payne.
Nice.
And then all the IG stuff for my bands, it's all on my IG stuff. But I'll give you links and you can post them.
All right, cool. Yeah. Definitely check him out if you want to spend some time with him. Probably go to his shows.
Come to my shows. Come to party. Come to dance. I'll be telling people. And then when they show up, they're like, "Bro, this is crazy! Yes. I can't believe you do this." I'm like, "This is every day for me. Like, just come through."
That's awesome.
But yeah, definitely come through. And there's links for all that stuff, like my tour schedule and all that stuff. It's on my band's page, so you can
All
see
right,
when I'm
cool.
playing and pick a day and just show up.
Yes, definitely go check it out. But thanks everybody for watching or listening
Yes.
or both. Really appreciate you guys. We'll have them back soon.
Yes.
But for now, take care. Thanks. Thanks everybody for listening or watching. Once again, that's Franky. You go follow him at Franky Payne. I think it's his Instagram handle. Once again, I don't have notes in front of me, so I don't remember exactly how it's spelled. But I I put everything down in the description, so that's all the links to all the bands that he's part of, as well as his own Instagram page. So go follow him for sure. You won't be disappointed. And by the way, we post all this stuff as well on our Instagram page at the hang underscore podcast. So that's a good place for sure to hit us up if you have any comments, any suggestions. It's all greatly appreciated, the good and the bad. Even you think it's negative, to me, it's all good. I love all feedback. You won't hurt my feelings, don't worry. But yeah, definitely hit us up. Once again, this podcast is open for anybody and everybody. So if you yourself want to come on, or you know somebody that might want to come on that's interesting, or just wants to listen, I mean, spread the word. Let us know. Hit us up. And stay tuned. Once again, this will be a weekly podcast. I would love for it down the road to be like almost daily. So the more the merrier. Just bring them on. I'm definitely down for the hang. All right. Thanks, everybody.